everybody, welcome back to Brit's Big Plans. I'm Brit, and in this video we are going to be planning the week of March 10th through the 16th, 2025. Thanks for joining me in this video. I didn't mean to skip a week, but something came up last week and I ended up not being able to film. So you are watching this on March 17th instead of March 10th, which is when I planned on posting my next video. But anyways, let's get started on today's video. So I'm gonna start with my usual setup here. I'm gonna do my Bible readings. And actually, I think I'm going to change the color that I write my Bible readings in. Normally, I write them in a green, but I got a new pen yesterday. Or I got home yesterday and got it, but I got it earlier this week. It's the Leonardo Momento Zero, the Atlas exclusive primary manipulation 4.5. Sorry if you hear my dog. With the ruthenium trim, so it's the black accents, which I'm really enjoying. I currently have Diamine Jacaranda in that, and I know that that's a very Americanized way of saying it, but I don't care. So Diamine Jacaranda, I'm gonna put my Bible study. Now, I was out of town last week and didn't get to do some of my Bible reading, so I'm gonna actually pick up with where I left off on Saturday and then resume from there. The next order of business is I'm going to mark the basketball game that I am keeping track of. So now that we are in March, it is time for March Madness, meaning that it's conference tournament time, it's NCAA tournament time, and at this point, I don't have a ton of information about when my teams are playing. The only thing that I know right now is that the Tennessee men's basketball is a 4 seed for the SEC tournament, and so they are not going to play until Friday, and they play at 3:30 against who knows who. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to mark that. Per usual, I make my little circle that's basketball colored in Tombow number 925. And then I will come back in a bit and put my stamp on it. That it's my Coffee Monsterz Co stamp that kind of looks like an orange, I guess. Anyway, I love that stamp. I have no idea what the purpose is. And I literally only use it because it's round, which is ridiculous, but it works. So yeah, I'll come back once this has had a chance to dry and stamp that. Okay, I'm using my TWSBI Eco Tea in the color Saffron, and we've got the custom ink from Kiwi Inks. It is Tennessee Orange with gold shimmer, so that's what I mark that with. All right, next order of business, I'm gonna be putting down some washi tape. First is this really wide washi tape from the Coffee Monsterz Co. And it's got, I don't know the name of it, but it is a literary tape. It's got a bunch of classic books. So Emma, 1984. I don't know what that's supposed to be. War and Peace, Jane Eyre. So I'm gonna put that across the bottom for some decorative effect here. And I'm not even gonna worry about fitting it exactly you know, normally I try to put it exactly on a line or I trim it there. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna have it, you know, part of the way over into that column and go from there. Okay, and then the next one I'm going to put, I have a professional development workshop that I'm going to. I wish my dog would sit down and stop making noise. Anyway, I have a professional development conference that I'm going to. It's Thursday and Friday, but my university got us rooms, those of us who are going from the university, Wednesday night through Friday night. So I'm going to mark that with this. I'm going to mark that with this washi tape. This is another Coffee Monsterz Co. washi tape. This one is also, you know, a very literary based washi tape. There we go. And I'm going to come in and use the pale brown Pentel brush sign pen to write the name of that conference here. Okay, so I have marked that down. The next thing I'm going to do is mark my weather. And per usual, I only mark a few days ahead because I really don't trust the weather forecast any more than that. And these, I don't know what they're called. Yeah, I don't know. They're these stamps and they come in. I'm gonna stop right here and look up the information and I'm gonna tell you in just a second. Okay, they are called Kodomo no Kao. I'll put the words right here because I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. But they are stamps that come in these strips, and there are two different varieties. Sorry, I'm digging out my other one. There's two different varieties. There's this kind that comes all in one piece. So all of the stamps are together and you just with your stamps. And then this weather one that I got, you can actually take out each individual weather piece and stamp it individually, which personally I find it much easier to have control of what I'm doing if I can do it that way. So I really like these stamps and they allow me to put my weather. I am not going to put the weather, no, I will put the weather on Thursday, but I'm gonna squeeze it in a little bit because I'm also going to put the weather where my conference is going to be, which the conference is in Asheville, North Carolina. So I'm gonna put that up top. And I actually am going to go with a different color for that. I have been doing a light blue, but I think I'm gonna go with green this time. So this is the Estie Jurassic And I have a journaler nib on here from Gina Salarino. They have the best nib in my opinion. I love the journaler nib. So thanks, Gina. Now I have to actually look up the weather for Asheville. How can you put it in there if you don't know it? Okay, looks like a cloudy day on Thursday. So I'm gonna put it in a box and I'll just draw an arrow to it on both of those days for the Asheville weather so that I know what I'm looking at. Because I know it now, but when I go back and look, I may not know it later. Okay. Again, highly recommend these. I got mine from Yoseka Stationery, excuse me. I got mine from Yoseka. But I know that they're available on Amazon. I think Jet Pens has some of these, but I got this exact one from Yoseka. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna come in and I'm going to mark my class and office hour schedule. So I'm gonna do that in my blue. This is my Estie Cobalt that I have inked up with Pilot Iroshizuku Asa-Gao. And I'm gonna do what I usually do and mark the classes that I have. And then I will mark my office hours in a different color. That was a terribly not straight line and I'm very upset about it. But you know what? It is what it is. Now, because I am going to this workshop on Thursday and Friday, I actually am not gonna have my usual classes on Thursday and Friday. I am just going to have them watch a video for Friday's class and my lab. I'm pushing it back to the next week. Done with that. And let's see. I'm going to use this ink. It is in my Esterbrook Estie in Winter White. And I have a broad nib on this one. I don't usually use a broad nib in my Esterbrooks, but here we are. And what I have here is an ink that I got from an Ink Flight box. It is Ink Institute Cat at Noon, I believe is what it's called. So I have office hours in the morning on Tuesdays. And in the afternoon on Wednesdays, but I actually am gonna have to cancel those office hours because we're getting on the road for my workshop. So I will not be having those office hours, and I'm just gonna tell my students that they can email me if they have questions. Okay, the last thing that I need to do is I'm gonna come in here and put my little orange stamp so I can mark the Tennessee game. I just think it is the cutest thing. And I use the Versa Magic chalk ink because it does so good not bleeding through the paper. So that's another reason that I let this dry, because I find that if I don't let it dry completely, that shows through the paper a little bit more. So, okay. I think that's it. I am going to cut the video off here. Next week, I will hopefully have my March ink flight. It has shipped, so hopefully next week I will have that and I will be able to do an unboxing for the March ink flight subscription box. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next week. Bye.